shuffling the seat like to hope no one would see me, and then I could just turn around and leave. And then you saw me and called me out, so I had to go run across the bridge and back. So thanks.
You're welcome.
All right, here we go. Welcome to Hit the Bell Podcast.
Why are you so fucking hyper?
That was awesome.
So we got Rick, we got Damon, we got me. I'm the Klimpster. So welcome to today's episode. First off, guys, how's your holidays?
Pretty good, dude. Yeah, we had a good one over here. Damon came over for New Year's.
Had to leave.
Had a good time. No, it was a good time. We played some VR, watched the game. Well, kind of watched a little bit of the game.
Gotcha.
That was embarrassing.
What about you?
It was good. Just spent time with the fam. Went up home. Pretty much did nothing but just sit around the house and chill with them.
All right. Did you guys get anything cool?
Oh, I don't know. Did I?
Did I?
Nice. I love it.
They sexy.
Also got this jacket.
We don't give a fuck about that jacket.
I got this Starbucks. Still working on it.
What are you drinking?
French vanilla latte. Because
Ooh.
my leasing company decided to text me and say, "Hey, we're showing your house Wednesday at 4:30. Don't be there." So I just went to campus and went to Starbucks.
Aren't you moving out after this year?
Yeah, that's why they're showing the house to try to get somebody to lease it for when I leave.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So those two flags were like just a quick idea. I had to get you guys something for Christmas, and I actually used bannerbuzz.com. They did an amazing job, got it to me real quick too, and they did such a good job because in my mind I was like, all right, I'm ordering a custom flag. It's going to be okay. Like it'll be cool enough for it to like get the thing over. When I opened the package and looked at them, I was like, fuck, now I need one.
You do.
Damn it.
Dude, they're nice.
You're starting to get to the point of where me and Damon are at, where you're going to have to switch them out every episode.
Right? Yeah.
That's the problem.
Me and Damon are both at what, 12?
One.
Me and Damon both have 12 flags. So.
Actually, I have 13 now.
Oh, yeah, because you got the new one. So you passed me. I live in a 3-bedroom house by myself. You have the 1-bedroom at your parents' house, and you have more flags than me.
I do.
Commitment.
That is, I commit.
We commit.
So, but Rick, I know you said you kind of like hurried along, I guess you can say, for these gifts. Nothing is more last second than my Christmas Eve gift to y'all of $25 Amazon gift cards.
Yeah, dude. Way to put some thought into that.
We were talking about that. We're like, at least he was the only one that actually got Josh something.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
That's true.
Either one of us got
couldn't think of anything.
Okay, that's why I figured that was kind of like, what I was worried about was like, if I got you guys both something and then just got Josh just like a gift card, I didn't want him to kind of be like, why'd I get something cool and I'm over here with a gift? I know Josh really doesn't care at all.
No, he doesn't.
But still, I was like, you can't. And I was also broke all the way up until my paycheck hit on Christmas Eve. So I'm like, $75 in gift cards. Send to the 3 of them.
Hey, honestly, I'll give you a bunch of shit for like, hey, you didn't put any thought into it, blah, 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 but I don't fucking care at the end of the day. It's whatever. Speaking of which, I gotta plug my laptop in. I have the thing plugged into my wall, and I just never decided to plug it in.
We get a halfway room tour. Okay.
Right.
I didn't need to do that.
I'm definitely going to put some thought next year and give Klimp just a jar of farts.
Oh, no. I'm just going to I'm literally just going to give him... I'm literally just going to take it, like, if whoever loses our little bet we got going on, we just give him the jar full of the hair.
That's you, bro.
No, I'm not losing this fucking thing.
I'm not sure who I want to bet on, if I'm going to be honest.
So, do we want to kind of explain that a little bit?
Go ahead.
Go for it. Let's explain it.
So Rick and I, at our little New Year's Eve little get-together at his place, he approached me with an idea, because we're both heavier-set gentlemen. He said, hey, I want to lose weight. I know you do as well. And I'm like, dude, I feel like shit constantly. I can feel myself. I can't climb a flight of stairs anymore without getting winded. I need to lose some weight. He goes, let's make it interesting. Whoever's in the best shape by a specific deadline this year, the loser will either have to shave their beard for Rick, or I shave my head. with all of my hair you want to see.
Yep. You got
I'm
a big
not
old
gonna
head of
lie.
hair.
I'm gonna be 100% honest. I'm not rooting for anyone in specific. I can't English today. I'm not rooting for
Fucking hell.
anyone in specific. But I want Damon to win just so I can see Rick beardless.
Thank you.
Well, it's not.
So we shook on it. We're like, and Rick's like, let's make a deadline of like October, November. I'm like,
yeah, give us plenty of time. Nope.
I'm like, well, there's a particular reason. I'm like, I'm going on a cruise at the end of July. Like July 26th is when I'm leaving. Give it until then, because I have a feeling if we stretch it out for like months and months and months on end, we're both going to forget about it.
I won't.
Because
I feel bad that you're going to be going on your cruise both fat and bald.
I will not be. Hey. I will. If I lose, I will not be bald.
Oh, you're going to wait?
Or no. I will not be bald. That's not what I meant to say. Hit the bell.
Yeah.
I will not be fat.
That's fair.
I will be bald.
Damon's gonna be shirtless, but still with a hat on.
Oh, 100%. I mean, you've seen my beach fit. It's just swim trunks, hat. That's
it. Swim trunks, hat, fat, check.
Yeah. So the thing that I want to clarify too is it's not based on who loses the most weight, because that's hard to do. Because when it comes to getting in shape, or I'm not the best at dieting. I never have been. So what I'm going to do mostly is just lift, and once you lift, you're going to reach a certain peak of losing weight and either stay there or gain. So we're just going to go off of who gets in the better shape. I already took my before pictures. I haven't sent them yet, but I took my before pictures. And
I haven't taken any fucking pictures yet. I probably should.
Can y'all send them so I can put them on my fridge?
Okay.
Well, you'll get the before. You'll get the before picture, and you'll probably get a picture like 1 or 2 days before the end. And the judgment basically comes down to you and Josh on who. And I will say that if it happens to be me, I will shave it on the podcast.
Okay.
So he'll do that. I'm one-upping him. I'll let him shave my head on the podcast.
Okay.
I'll let him do it.
I'll let you buzz it. I'm not going to let you take a razor to my face and throat.
Well, right.
Damon be over here.
Fucking Sweeney Todd my ass.
Yeah, that man cannot be a surgeon.
You want to get your tongue to work there, buddy? Damn.
That's the coffee. I'm going to blame it on the coffee.
Yeah.
And you know what the funny thing is?
What's up?
I told myself I was going to put coffee, and I bought coffee.
Yeah, good luck with that.
I'm real bad at that. I will be like, okay, I'm not going to drink coffee today. I'll just have like tea and water. I'll go buy a coffee.
Yep.
Especially if I'm at work. We get free coffee at work because we just have a Keurig. Second I get into work, clock in, go make a coffee.
Yeah.
Pretty much. So question for you, Klimp. I thought for some reason, like the last time you and I hung out, you were having a hell of a time with your acid reflux.
Yeah, you mentioned it before.
It got better, and then it got worse again.
So are you allowed to, like, drink coffee then?
I can do whatever I want. I just suffer the
just has to pay for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like lactose intolerance. It's like, you eat cheese? Do I look like I don't eat cheese? I just suffer the consequences.
I can do what I want.
It's like a video call. It's like a video call with Klimp. You just suffer the consequence of seeing his face.
Exactly.
God, you're so fucking ugly.
I can't even tell you how many cameras I've broken.
Just saying. I ain't saying you're ugly, but puberty hit you like Hiroshima.
I'm not saying you're ugly, but I'm just thinking Lori has some pretty low standards.
Ooh.
I'm kidding.
That's fucking funny. No,
Damon,
that's funny as shit.
When was your last girlfriend, Damon?
Ooh.
Her name was Precious, and I bought her...
But he's not joking.
You can't buy people anymore, man.
He rented.
Right.
He had to read.
Who said it was a human? Again,
see
you're not going to out-weird me.
That was the sponsors.
They're leaving.
Gone.
They're all leaving.
Y'all see that door right there?
Yep.
And you were going to let me do the ad read.
Yeah, I don't know about that anymore. Rick, what do you think?
Right? I don't know.
I'm not going to say excuse me for that burp.
No, that was a pussy burp. So yeah, we don't want to excuse that.
Okay.
Burp like a man next time.
I mean, I can't really control how much comes up.
You can. Yeah, you can. Trust me.
Ask Josh about that.
Burping on command. Have been doing it since I was 12.
See, I can fart on command though. I just can't burp on command.
What are we doing? Where did we go with this?
You want to talk? It's like we got a thing in the Discord. This is what we got to follow.
Where in the production notes did it say anything about gas?
We're just going to talk about how much we're shitting and fucking burping. He's texting it in there now.
Does it right there? You didn't see it?
He's like,
all right, but we'll transition away from the gas talk and go to the sports talk a little bit, which is kind of our go-to a lot. So we'll start off with the NFL playoffs.
Yeah.
So me and Damon, once again, we're not watching our teams. We get to say,
neither am I.
Yeah, but
I mean,
Browns are in the uprise. You had a good year.
Yeah.
Me and Damon,
we had a year full of injuries and COVID.
Oh
man.
yeah. But that being said, could have been worse.
Could have been better.
Well, it could have been better. But
Stefanski would just wake up and realize we're a running team.
Yeah.
You have Nick Chubb on your team and you give him the ball 3 times in the first half. Get smacked, dude. Like,
at least you're not Detroit.
Hey, we beat the Packers in the final game of the season. I don't want to hear shit.
Yeah, we didn't beat the
Packers. The Packers were the 1 seed in the NFC, bitch.
And you still suck.
Did Rodgers start that game?
Yeah.
I don't know why. I don't know why he did.
I don't know why.
Why risk it?
He only played the first half, and then Jordan Love came in.
Right.
But even
so, what do we got first weekend here? We got. Well, let's. You want to go game by game?
I have the bracket.
Yeah.
I want to do that.
Let's go game. Let's go game by game.
All right. So we got Steelers and Chiefs.
Fucking
Chiefs.
Steelers don't belong, so Chiefs are going to absolutely. So
can we talk about that? Like how the Steelers just eke their fucking way in by literally the Raiders just deciding to kick that field goal.
Yeah.
Which
so dumb.
So dumb. Exactly. All right.
Chiefs got it for sure.
Yeah, no doubt.
It's at Arrowhead. Come on.
This one I hope is a good game because I do have kind of expectations for it to be a good game. Patriots and Bills.
Oh, I think the Bills win.
Yes. I think you got a great coach with the Patriots, but you got a great quarterback with the Bills, and players beat coaches. So.
And honestly, Sean McDermott is not a bad coach by any means.
No, but
they won the AFC. They won the AFC North for that, or the East, or whatever fucking division they're in, for that reason.
Oh yeah.
You know? It's like the Buffalo Bills are a solid team. The only aspect of that team that I have always said is a weakness of theirs is their run game is not good.
Correct. They have certain puzzle pieces that they got to fill to become that more of an elite level team.
I think they need a couple different things. Like they need a really good upfront pass rusher, like a defensive end / 3 technique kind of guy, and they need at least a serviceable running back because I don't think Zach Moss and I don't think
Singletary
are that. They're not all that.
They're not. No. They're mediocre on good days.
On a different team, neither one of them is a starter. I don't think.
No, I agree. 110% agree.
But I think they addressed. Again, you have Stephon Diggs. I mean, you have Josh Allen, who was an MVP candidate and probably still is, even because he led all fantasy quarterbacks this year in total points. Even with a couple of the games where I had him, and that motherfucker decided to go for like 3 points against Jacksonville.
Jacksonville.
I heard Jackson.
I heard Jackson.
I said what I said. It was
Jackson. You said it, but
we'll hear it back.
Yeah, we'll hear it back.
We'll hear it in the playback.
Gotcha.
But yeah, it's hard to beat Buffalo. They've got a good defense. I think it's in Buffalo, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe so.
Yes.
You can't. I'm sorry. It's hard to beat the Patriots. Period. But if anybody's going to do it, it's going to be Buffalo.
Yeah. Agreed. I think Buffalo's at the point where they're definitely good depth playoff contenders, but they're not at that Super Bowl level yet.
See, I don't know about that, though. Like, I think that Buffalo has probably, other than the Chiefs, probably the best shot in the AFC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think honestly, if they get into like the final or the final or the AFC Championship, and they play it in Buffalo,
yeah,
which I don't think they will, because I'm pretty sure Buffalo's a lower seed. But
I think so.
check the fucking bracket. You can look at it.
Mine doesn't say that. It just says the teams.
I don't have the numbers either.
Well, I know the Chiefs are the 2 seed. The Titans are the 1 seed. That's what I know.
Gotcha. Yeah. So winner. So y'all just want to do first round of the playoffs for now?
Yeah.
Okay. So then we got Raiders and Bengals.
Cincinnati.
All day. I'm Burrow.
Joe Burrow.
And Jamar Chase going off.
Joe Burrow.
And as a Cleveland fan, you don't want to root for Cincinnati, both in-state rival and division rival. But I there's something about Joe Burrow and his swagger and what he did for that team that I want to see succeed.
He turned the team around.
Yeah.
Period.
And he's coming, and he's easily, you're going to get Offensive Rookie of the Year in Jamar Chase. It's almost a lock at this point.
Yeah.
You're going to get Comeback Player of the Year in Joe Burrow after he tore his ACL last year.
Yep.
A team that also everybody thought was going to be a 3-win team max.
Well, the second they passed up Sewell.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I thought the same thing.
I did too.
I thought the same thing. I'm like, why aren't they taking an offensive tackle? Why did they take Jamar Chase? And we're seeing why.
Yeah.
They saw Jamar Chase. They saw the connection between Burrow and Jamar Chase, and they're like, we got
I think next year, though, they will focus at least a little bit on offensive linemen because there still is a lack there.
Oh,
there's no denying.
Wiley Reef at right tackle. That motherfucker sucks.
Yeah.
And I'll say that till, that motherfucker retires, So fuck that guy. He sucked when he played in Detroit.
I mean, everybody sucks when they play in Detroit for the most part.
That motherfucker just said Detroit.
I didn't even do it on purpose either.
He said Detroit.
Yeah, Detroit's not that good.
There you go.
You know what, though? Detroit still, for a 3-win team, did really good. They looked good.
Yeah. Y'all get a quarterback. You're pretty good offense.
That's it.
Even still, though, I was talking to my
Excuse me.
Bless you. Again.
I saw that one coming, at least.
Spawn of Satan coming out of your body. I was talking to my dad. I'm excited about the direction where the team's heading, even with Anthony Lynn leaving. I appreciated what Anthony Lynn did for us, but you could just see the writing on the wall. As soon as he got his play calling abilities, Jesus Christ, taken away from him, and Dan's started working, he wasn't going to stay, And then, Ben Johnson was the tight ends coach. They elevated him up. What the fuck just happened? Did that just glitch out on your screen?
No.
Okay, it did on mine for some reason.
Being hacked.
Yep. Dan's is working.
Yeah.
And he's running a bunch of different shit. Like Tom Kennedy threw a dart to Khalif Raymond in the Packers game for a touchdown. Early in the first quarter, literally. It was like a double backwards lateral. Tom Kennedy, the wide receiver, throws a dart to that motherfucker down the field. And, it's working. We're creative. We're going forward on 4th down, which I personally am always a big fan of going forward on 4th down.
Oh, yeah. Same.
We set them. Yeah, we play Madden. Rick knows. I like to go for it on
league.
Hey,
winning.
Still winning.
You are winning and going for it on 4th down. Shut the fuck up.
I got to make sure I keep the win.
You got to keep the lead.
Exactly.
Yeah. 20-7. I'm going for it on 4th down. Fuck off.
So, but here's the other part of it. Like, we set the record for most 4th down attempts and conversions in a season this year.
Yep.
I think Dan's the guy that seems like the players love playing for him. I think this GM has really found some good talent in Penei Sewell, who is one of the highest graded rookies, in the draft. In Derek Barnes. Derek Barnes has been a very good piece on our defense. In Amon-Ra St. Brown, that motherfucker is going off in the second half of the year. I'm excited. And it's hard for me to be excited about a 3-win team when we came off of a 6-win season last year. But
you have to look at the changes that were made
easy.
In between that there's going to be a little bit of a dip before you get back on the climb.
Yeah, easy.
There's one change that they need to make to win, and I already told Damon what it was. They need to bring back the black jerseys.
Oh, easy.
Yeah.
They bring back the black jerseys. We go to the Super Bowl and we
Oh,
win.
guaranteed. Undefeated season, Super Bowl win, like it's guaranteed.
Great, it will be revered as the greatest team of all time.
Greatest comeback of all time.
Yep.
Yeah.
Dan Campbell will beat out Bill Belichick for this Hall of Fame spot.
He needs to start wearing hoodies for that.
No. Sleeveless hoodies.
Right, didn't work the first time.
There you go.
Sleeveless hoodies.
True. I'm not cutting the sleeves off this. This was too nice of a jacket.
But yeah, I'm excited, and we're kind of getting a little off track, but back to the Bengals, dude. Nobody thought this team was going to be any good, and they ended up winning the division.
Yeah, I didn't think they're going to be any good.
It's hard for me to bet against them. I don't care who the Raiders are. The Raiders are a decent team. Nobody thought they were really going to get to the playoffs after they fired John Gruden.
True.
They're playing very well, even though they just cut Will Compton again. I can't do anything. They keep cutting the boy. What are you going to do?
Speaking of random cuts, Miami, what the fuck?
What the
Why?
fuck was that?
Easily
wanna
one of the
know-
most racist moves in NFL history.
I told Rick, I'm like, that's got to be racist.
Like, there was no other reason.
I want to know what was happening in the office when that decision was made.
They're like, God damn it.
Yeah,
No, we
it's
don't
just-
like them.
It was so dumb. Like, this dude did something with your team that nobody expected for this season.
You guys
And
want to know who they're hiring? Urban Meyer.
no, they're not.
I sent you that. That was funny.
God.
Dude, if they hire Urban Meyer, I'm pretty sure the entire Miami Dolphins fan base is just like, we're done.
The players would be. They'd be like, get out of here.
Be like, I'm not playing for the Miami
Yeah.
Dolphins.
Damon, Coach Roniker might actually make the switch.
Oh, no. Coach Roniker will be a Bucs fan.
Yeah.
Easy.
But y'all want to switch it a little bit over to the NFC.
Yep.
Was that all the playoff matchups?
That was AFC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now we got NFC. We got the Eagles and the Bucks.
Bucks, dude. Eagles don't even belong there, man.
It's
I
Tom
want
Brady.
the Eagles to win
It's
very
Tom
badly.
Brady.
Who are you?
It's
First of all,
Tom Brady.
Tampa Tom is a different.
I know.
being.
I like Tampa Tom a lot more, but I still like seeing him lose. So I just got to root for everyone that ever plays him.
No. Philly never needs to win in any sport ever. The fan base is toxic and terrible. And I have a friend that's a Philly fan, so if she's watching, sorry. But God,
Well,
it's
I-
absolutely terrible.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
Rick, you're not sorry.
Hey, can we just say that EDP445 is an Eagles fan and he likes kids? So, I think all Eagles fans like kids.
Dang.
Wow.
And if Zach Hyatt listens to this, you know why I'm saying that.
But we all know he didn't listen to this.
No, he probably doesn't.
Damon, none of our friends.
Sorry.
God damn it.
I didn't do it.
Sorry.
Anyways, now another probably obvious win: the 49ers and the Cowboys.
Cowboys.
Yeah,
Cowboys.
all day.
And as much as I don't like the Cowboys, they got a good team.
Yeah,
It's
I don't
hard.
mind.
they're playing good.
I don't like Cowboys fans. I think it's the same
I'm
thing
a
as the
Cowboys
Eagles.
fan.
Yes.
I know.
They live in the 90s, bro. It's so annoying.
I know my mom's a Cowboys fan. You could ask her who the head coach is. She doesn't know. She probably still thought it was Jason Garrett.
But it's not. Just fine.
But yeah, Cowboys have got a good team.
Yeah.
It's even though Amari Cooper kind of screwed me this season because Dak has been throwing it to CD a lot and he's been throwing to Michael Gallup a lot. They got a good team.
It's one of those. And I do have a little fantasy thing we can talk about after this last game, which is my favorite first round playoff matchup: the Cardinals and the Rams.
Ooh,
I'm taking the Rams.
I'm taking the
think-
Cardinals.
I think the
I gotta
Cardinals have
take-
too many injuries.
I don't know.
Cardinals do have injuries though when you consider that.
But even still, the Cardinals were,
Watt,
LA.
D-Hop, those are two big
Yeah.
names.
Yeah. And I don't, it's as much as I don't like Matthew Stafford, and you guys know my reasoning for not liking Matthew Stafford, the Rams are just too good, man. They're too good. They're the only team that I could see beating the Bucs. The only one.
Yeah.
That's
Maybe.
Realistically, when you get Tom Brady in the playoffs and Tom Brady in the Super Bowl, I don't normally bet against him. And so
I think
far,
Dallas could.
that's worked out for me.
I think Dallas could take Tampa.
I think their Tampa defense is very good. The only problem that Tampa's running into right now is their lack of wide receiver depth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you got Tom, who utilizes people you don't expect.
Right.
So you start throwing Scotty Miller in the mix with that freaking speed.
Dude, I mean, like,
Oh.
Cyril Grayson. Have you seen that? Like, who the fuck was Cyril Grayson before 3 weeks ago?
Can we officially call Scotty Miller the Flash? Is that okay?
Dude, what was it, last season or the one before when he said he wanted to race Tyreek Hill? Everyone's like, no. And I'm like, I'd kind of want to see that now.
Yeah.
After that last game, dude, that boy can go.
Yes.
He ran like wheels. I'm pretty sure he ran like a 4.40.
Something like that. I'll check it real quick.
Somewhere like that.
Yeah. No, he's quick. Tyreek Hill's fast. Probably faster, don't get me wrong.
I think Tyreek Hill will win, but I think Scotty will give him a run for his money.
Oh, it's close. It'll be close.
He definitely ain't gonna get dusted or anything like that. But that's all for the first round. And then what I was gonna talk about with fantasy.
So real quick.
Hang on.
Oh yeah.
Tyreek Hill 40 time 4.29. Scotty Miller 4.39.
About a second difference.
That's
yeah. Or no, not a second difference.
No, not at all.
10th of a second. I'll say if that was a second difference, he's basically an offensive lineman.
No, like that's basically the fact that Tyreek might have a bigger shoe on that day. Like,
or he just takes the bigger stride.
Yeah,
and two, I guarantee you Scotty's gotten faster since that day. Guarantee it.
Yeah, I mean, shit, that's been what, 3-4 years ago for Scotty?
Yeah.
If 3 or 4 is right. Anyway, with fantasy.
Yeah.
This year in fantasy, I think since I've been doing it, you've seen the most random breakout players.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of players that were expected to do good, but not great or fantastic. Mm-hmm. Like for me, I didn't think Cooper Kupp was going to go all out this year. I thought he was going to have a good season, but not think he was going to be to the level at which he was at.
Mm-hmm. Dude, first of all, the best trade in my entire big money league, which I barely missed the playoffs with, by the way. I traded DK Metcalf for Cooper Kupp and Mike Davis.
I remember that.
Like the first week of the season.
I remember you were contemplating it too.
I was like, I don't know. Cooper Kupp's not that awesome. And then the motherfucker gets a triple crown season.
Yep.
And I still got 5th place.
But I had a league where I had Devontae Adams and Cooper Kupp.
Dude, I had Cooper Kupp.
League.
I had Cooper Kupp. I had Amari Cooper after all my trades were done. I had Cooper Kupp, Amari Cooper. I had Josh Allen at quarterback, who, everybody was thinking before this season was going to be the MVP.
Right.
Yep.
And what dicked me over was my running backs and my tight end spot. Kind of. I had TJ, but TJ just kind of was like a this year. I even had Dallas's defense when they were throwing up 18 points a game, and I was still losing because my running backs were just awful.
Y'all want to hear my one and only first place lineup?
Let's get it.
When normally I am not a brag, I normally am pretty good at fantasy. I just think as much as I watch football and pay attention to it, like even in the off season, I normally feel pretty good about my confidence in my teams. This year, out of like my 8 leagues, 1 first place.
You got like 8th place in our league, the little conversion league, right?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I got last because I stopped giving a shit.
Yeah, but here was my lineup. Kyler Murray at quarterback. Running backs were Nick Chubb and James Robinson. Wide receivers were Devontae Adams, Cooper Kupp, and Justin Jefferson at flex.
J. Joe.
There you go.
Tight end was Mark Andrews, and I had the Bills defense.
Damn, how the fuck did you get that team? Like, how many people are in that league?
10.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know.
You must have drafted a bunch of idiots.
I mean, it was just a random league I joined. It was like NFL generated or whatever. It wasn't like anybody I know.
See, that's the one thing with fantasy that I've never done is just go into random ass leagues,
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
I can't do it. You know, 'cause, like I gotta have like some sort of connection to it. Like the only reason I even joined your work league, Klimp, is because you're like, hey, we need someone in this league to fill the last spot, and it's like $20, and I'm like, whatever, it's fine. I'll throw in $20.
A lot of them were like, let's do 50, $100. I'm like, no.
You're like, I'm broke.
I'm broke, and that's not going to be changing. And at the end of the season,
right? I have, you know, I was upset. But I'm kind of not, because the guy who won the league last year in my big money league, when we were doing $20 entry fees, he cheated. Like we think he cheated, or he just had some really shady shit going on. Like he traded Melvin Ingram to a guy like as soon as the report came out that Melvin Ingram got a DUI.
What's the guy just really didn't pay attention?
Well, the guy that he traded him to didn't, but like.
That's what I mean.
But like Henry, we're thinking new, you know, like
it was okay.
We're thinking like Henry.
Is it the Henry I know?
Oh yeah, it's Henry Jeffrey.
Okay,
yeah, it's Henry Jeffrey. You can blur his name out if you want. I don't care.
He probably doesn't care.
No, I don't think he cares. But yeah, no, he like legit.
But he's a pretty big football guy, though.
He is. No, he is. And he was the one who got me into the league. The league that I ended up getting, you know, first in the regular season, and I ended up finishing second. Right. But yeah, this year he made it all the way to the finals again. But this time it's just because he happened to have Jonathan Taylor and he had DeAndre Swift and Tom Brady. Yeah. You know, I mean, like he just had a good team.
Yeah.
Goes to the finals against a guy who, I shit you not, auto drafted his entire team. Guess who won?
That always makes me mad. The auto draft.
The auto draft. And we're happy about that because we're like, Henry didn't win.
Yeah.
Yeah, Henry didn't win. We're good. Whatever. I mean, like my team, I thought was really good on paper. I made some questionable moves this year, and honestly, just performance that Josh Allen didn't perform how I thought he was going to in some weeks when it kind of mattered.
Right.
But it happens. Whatever.
So we'll stick to the sport talk, but we're going to transition to another sport.
Just like somebody transitioned the team? Is that what you're talking about?
Hey, no.
Yeah.
Wait,
not just somebody.
Time out.
Not just somebody. Two of us.
Oh, you did too?
Two of us.
Attaboy. Hang on, time out. I'll be right back.
Go Lightning, baby.
There we go. Go Lightning. So, I was telling you.
Stop talking.
What did he say?
He said, "Stop talking." He's telling you to shut up.
I'm not giving any kind of lull in the conversation. But I was telling both of you guys not to make a decision as quick as you did.
Yeah, he's putting on. Damon, we can still see you. It's not like we can. He doesn't have headphones on. What am I saying?
There it is, though. Yeah,
right.
Gorgeous.
Let's go Bolts, baby.
Gorgeous.
Let's go Bolts.
Yes.
Oh, Bolts, baby. I got the blue on. We'll call it that. We'll call the blue on.
Yeah, close enough.
I'm waiting for you to come down, Klimp. Like, hang on.
Yeah. Now, before you guys get into talking about it, I told both of you it's not bandwagoning. You live here. You're from here. You're not hockey fans. You're getting into the sport. It's not like you've been hockey fans for a team and you're switching to the Lightning. It's not bandwagoning. I told you that. And I also told Damon, don't pick a team until you've been to a Lightning game as a Lightning fan. Now that I've gotten that off my chest, your experience.
Dude, so we went to the one Lightning game when I was still, kind of half rooting for Seattle. At the time when I was there, and, we sat up in the high section, over in section 310.
Still great seats.
Still great seats. You could see everything. It was like, dude, we can see everything up here, And I'm like, and the atmosphere, especially in the 300 sections, it's loud. Like, it is loud up there. They're like, let's go, Bulls, bam! And they're like chanting shit. It's great. It was a cool atmosphere. I'm like, that's pretty cool. I don't know. And I brought my brother to that game. My brother became a Lightning fan after that game. Literally, like, I bought him a shirt that game.
Yep.
So Christmas came around, and I'm like, all right, I'm going to go to another game with Drew. I found a game on January 6th. I'm like, tickets are fucking $30. Done, I'll buy those tickets right now. It's against Calgary. I'm like, okay, bought them. Rick actually did me a huge solid and got me a nice, the alternate black jersey that happened to be Drew's size. He just gave it to me, which, again, thank you. So Drew and I go to the game, and I'm like, I don't know what to wear. I really am like, and I'm like, I don't know, man. Like, this is weird. Like, I'm just gonna be wearing a blue T-shirt, Not
Right.
even like. I go to the game, and I'm in there, and on the drive there. I kind of was half joking with Rick. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go buy a jersey when I'm there. On the drive there, I'm talking to Drew, and I'm like, you know what? And he goes, what? I'm like, I think I might switch. And he goes, switch what? And I'm like, from being a Kraken fan. And he's like, you're going to be a Lightning fan? I was like, maybe. I'm like, let me just get to the stadium. We'll figure it out. We get to the stadium. I'm walking around. And, like, it's, like, right before puck drop. And I go, Drew, let's go to the fucking store. Come on.
Yeah.
And I immediately went in there, bought my jersey. No numbers or anything on the back, but, which is fucking ridiculous how much they're costing. It's $100 extra to get names and shit on the back.
Yeah.
Yep.
On top of the fact the jersey's already $189.
Yep.
But still, I'm like, hey, I'm in. Let's do it. And I had a fucking blast at that game. It helped that we beat Calgary 4-1.
A win always makes things feel a little bit better.
It was also Cooch's first night back. So
Kucherov's first. It was Cooch's first night back, and that guy got first star. He ended up getting first star in the end of it, and I was like, all right, Kucherov might be, other than Vasilevsky, might be my favorite player. Yep. I love Cooch, and I love the way he plays too.
Yeah.
So, go ahead.
But it wasn't the only thing I got. You guys know what else I got, and I didn't want to put it up because it obviously would have given away the reveal of everything.
There it is. Dude, that's so dope. And that's why he's one flag above you.
That is exactly the new flag we were referring to, is because I got my Go Bolts flag.
That's right.
I still have my Seattle stuff, I don't know what I'm going to do with it.
Yeah, before Klimp gets into his reasoning and everything, like, that's the thing for me also is, I'm definitely a Lightning fan, always will be. I will still support Seattle because, one, they're a new team. Two, Yanni's over there. Mm-hmm. I mean, they have a lot of work to do. So kidding. It's not like, it's hard to support a brand new team when, unless you live there, then it's obvious. Right. But, like, you live here, you get to go to Lightning games more often. You and I are going to be going to one soon.
Yep.
And it's just, it's such a cool atmosphere, and the team's so much, like, nobody expected us to be as good as we are this season. No. Two Stanleys in a row. We lost a couple key players. Even myself, I was like, we're not going to be good. But, we pick up Belmar, and
Belmar has been fucking legit, dude.
We get some good fillers, and Braden's got his shit back together. Cooch is playing. Hedman's scoring like a mother right now, and it's just, it's fun. It's fun to be a Lightning fan.
And dude, Corey Perry got the first goal when we were there that night. He had it was a great goal too. I'm sitting there, Drew and I are fucking losing our minds up in the high stands, and then after the second period, because that's when the first goal was scored, was in the second period. Drew and I are like, hey, there's a lot of open seats in the lower bowl. You want to go down there? So we made our way down. They didn't check our fucking tickets. We just gone down. And we saw the next three goals from down there, and I'm like, holy shit. And we're probably in the middle of the section in the lower bowl, just where we happen to find open seats. And I am like, it's right there. I'm like, holy shit. I'm like, this is like right there in front of me. Yep. And I'm like, and dude, it was awesome because I saw Palat get his 402nd. I saw Point get another one, and then I saw was it Killorn?
Killorn should have had the other goal.
I think it was Killorn then. Yep. Dude, and Vazzy ended up giving one up late, but it's like, dude, we're up 4-0 right now. Who gives a shit, Either way, it felt right to switch, and it's hard for me to say, because I do like Seattle. I like the team concept. I like a lot of the players on there, even though they fucking suck. But I need one team. I need one team to do well, all right?
Yeah, that's true, because you don't have one yet.
No, I don't. The only other team that I can say that, has a lot of potential and they're like pretty close is the Tigers.
Yeah.
That's the only other team I can think about.
Right. So what about you, Clint? What made you decide?
Well, before I get into mine, can we all like just cry a little bit while you stroke the Gore jersey?
I mean, I still support him, dude. I still support him.
All right, I'm taking this off because this is really fucking hot in my room.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
But Clip, it had to have been easy for you to switch because
it was honestly pretty. So I had no connection to Seattle other than I just wanted to support the new guys. That was about it. I just didn't want to start on a team that was already established. I'm like, you know what? I can say I've been here from ground zero, and just always been a fan.
Right.
Now I watched one full game and one half game, so really didn't support them very much. Never got a shirt or a flag or anything like that. And I was like, y'all going to games and stuff? Looks like a lot of fun. Rick talking more and more about it. And Damon, of course, talking more about it. And I was like, I'm going to be a Lightning fan. And like Rick's explanation of it not being a bandwagon, because I don't want to be seen as a bandwagon.
Right,
but
that's the only reason.
It makes sense. I grew up in Florida. It's my home. Like, why not support the home team? So I'm like, I'm a Lightning fan. I got the blue on. Don't have anything Lightning. It's not why I wore the blue, but it is now.
Well, now the thing is, dude, you got to get down here, motherfucker, and we will go to a Lightning game.
Yeah.
I have to find time to go down there.
Yeah, just come down for like a weekend or something, and we'll figure it out.
I could always too, if I find like super, super cheap plane tickets. Because if I'm just there for a weekend, I ain't going to be doing much driving. I'm just going to be with y'all. Yeah, and I can just ride with Damon or Rick or whatever we do.
Mm-hmm. So, kind of want to transition towards that a little bit. When is your spring break?
March 7th. The week of March 7th.
Okay.
And you're doing something with your parents, right?
Possibility. I don't know what the official thing. I just know it was mentioned. And
okay.
I know no matter what I do, I will not be there on the day of March 7th.
I know you won't. So, on March 5th is my current schedule. Like, the current schedule that I have for work posted to. Okay. After that date, I have gotten word that I will be moving to day shift. So, it will probably make it a little easier for me to have a normal fucking life. On top of the fact, I can probably take some time off. So, if you want to get your little tankard ass down here, I'm pretty sure there's a Lightning game either that week or, that weekend right before you leave or whatever. We'll make it work. And we'll go to that. And then we'll probably, because we have talked about doing the whole Epcot thing, even though Rick and I probably aren't going to drink anymore, we can go to Disney, do something else like that. We'll figure it out.
I don't know how many days I'll be there, so it's not planned for too much.
Well, right. I mean, like, again, this is all, like, talking stuff, so we'll figure it out. But either way, you can at least come down and fucking go to a Lightning game with us.
Yeah. I'd like to at least come down for, like, an extended weekend.
We can always just do Lightning and, like, some Top Golf and stuff.
Yeah, because I have Top Golf credit and everything, too. So, yeah, that's...
I'm going to Top Golf Saturday.
There you go. Going with Lori?
Yeah, we got a double date with my buddy Graham and his girlfriend.
Nice.
There you go. You're going to let her win, right?
Do you know who he is?
I don't let anybody win.
And he gets really upset if he loses.
True. I'm way too competitive to allow to lose.
Mine's like a little bitch.
Fair enough. All right, well, my favorite topic of tonight.
I'm excited for this.
Cobra Kai.
Yep.
Bro.
Dude, I just finished
it. I don't even know where to start.
Well, let's start with the beginning. I mean, let's start at the beginning of the season. Yeah, you fucking idiot.
So, for those who don't know, just in case, we'll put another spoiler up during this talk in case people haven't finished it.
Spoiler alert!
So, season 4 came out, binged it in one night.
I don't know about,
I
was in Atlanta when it came out, so I got to watch like a couple episodes and then finish it when I came home.
Yeah, I just finished it like literally an hour ago, so.
True. So I guess we'll start with, our analysis of the season as a whole.
Yeah.
And then y'all want to break it down after that?
I agree. That's fine.
So for me, season 3 was the absolute best season of the series.
Mhm.
I still think it is, but season 4 is a close second. It is very, very good. The callbacks, the action, the drama, the way season 4 ended was better than the way season 3 ended. Because I can't fucking wait for season 5.
Dude,
I wanted it to come out today.
I'm like,
it's looking like at the earliest probably August next year. So we won't have to wait too long.
True.
Next year, damn.
Yeah. So I know they're done filming and I think they're already in post production. So
maybe early release date.
Hopefully.
Maybe.
I loved one of my favorite parts about season 4 was just character development together. Like, they didn't just develop each character individually. It was like some like togetherness, I guess you can say.
Yeah.
And it's not just Johnny and Daniel. It's Johnny and Robbie, Daniel and Miguel. Sorry, I almost said Miyagi on accident.
I mean, like, it's a bunch. So we got to see a bunch of different dynamics that we haven't seen before, and honestly, and the way that season 4 ended, to touch on that with Rick, let's just we're already on the spoiler warning. Terry Silver might be the best villain I've seen in this whole series so far.
Yes,
he is. He was the best in the first 3 movies. Also,
yes,
he is pure evil.
Oh, he is entirely evil. He like when you think no mercy, like you could see at the end of the season that Kreese was starting to get a little merciful, and he was like, kind of just do whatever you want in the finals match with Tori. Because he was like, we probably shouldn't, like sweep her fucking legs and do anything cheap or dirty or anything like that. And then, Silver's just like,
yeah,
bro, what the fuck?
And I think part of that too is Kreese is starting to have a little bit of Grinch mode happening. He's growing a heart.
A little bit.
Well, it all started basically when Silver called him out for his weakness, which was Johnny.
Yeah.
Which leads me to something that I'm going to talk about when we discuss season 5. That's a big thing I think that's going to happen.
Yeah, we're going to have he's going to have more than his heart grow in season 5. His butthole is going to grow pretty big too.
Dude's in jail, bro. Silver did him
Sponsors
dirty.
Gone.
Silver did him dirty with Stingray.
Did not at all.
Bro.
Stingray was out for $1 at all times. Or out to beat Cobra Kai.
Yep.
Yeah. So the thing I didn't... So, like, that scene, I'm seeing Silver just, like, he's drunk, and he's just pounding on fucking Stingray, and I'm like, okay, he's just evil. And then, but it didn't dawn on me until I, like, literally, that scene happened. I'm like, wait a minute. There was a plan to that. Like, that wasn't just, like, he's outbursting at fucking Stingray. He's like... There's a methodicalness to it. So he's not just evil. He's
smart.
Very smart.
He's very methodical.
And that's the businessman in him, because that's how he made all the fucking money he's got. So
his little tofu.
Yeah, right?
Yep.
But we never saw that girl again.
True.
No.
She might be dead. But it's crazy, like when they first reintroduced Terry Silver and you saw what his life was currently like, I'm like, no.
Why would he leave?
Right? Yeah.
This isn't happening.
I just said that's not him. Like, I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, like, previously, like, that dude was a menace in the originals. Dude, a legit menace. So I'm like, what the fuck? So the thing that kind of catapults into season 5 is I'm excited to see what Silver does, because he's already talked about, he's like, we're going to do franchises.
Yeah.
With Cobra Kai. So who does he bring in?
Yep. I think me and Rick have
fucking Barnes.
Yes. I want to see it.
Bro.
I honestly could have seen when season 3 first ended, I thought Mike Barnes was going to be in season 4.
So did I.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad it wasn't.
I'm glad he wasn't. I think it'd been too much at once.
Yeah.
He's got to be in season 5.
He's got to be. They're going to, I think easily though, they're probably only going to have to keep it small, 3 franchises. The original that they just moved back to the OG studio on the corner of Magnolia and whatever the other road was.
Right.
They'll have
Miyagi-Do.
well, no. I meant like three Cobra Kai franchises.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. They'll have the original Cobra Kai that they just moved back from the plaza where Johnny started it to the original dojo site.
Yep.
They have the new one that I guess, we could say probably, what's his name? I just forgot it. Mike Barnes, thank you. My brain doesn't work. They're going to have him probably run one. And here's my twist. And again, don't take this the wrong way. It'll start out this way, and I think he'll probably get a realization ending, because when he gets back from... Johnny's going to go find Miguel in Mexico, probably.
Yeah. Well, I kind of think
that's back, though. I don't know if he's going to... Because he's going to be like, oh shit, Kreese is gone. Will he take over a Cobra Kai franchise again? I don't think he will, but it could be a direction they go.
So we're already kind of getting into what we think season 5's holding. For me, I think when it comes to Johnny, I think he and Robbie are going to Mexico to find Miguel.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. That you saw Robbie come to Johnny after everything. He's
I've been
definitely
waiting for that forever.
Yeah. Let's face it. Robbie's lost 4 seasons in a row. He needs a win.
Yeah.
But
True.
I think they'll be in Mexico with that storyline for most, if not all, the season. I don't think they'll have anything to do with Silver and Mike versus Daniel. And we saw fucking Chosen was.
Oh, I said Token.
Yeah, Chosen.
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 So
I did
excited.
not expect that, bro.
I screamed at my TV when I saw. I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
I didn't think Chosen was going to come in, but I thought he was just talking to Mr. Miyagi's grave, and then you see it pan, and there's fucking Chosen.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh shit, Chosen's going to help out now. So that's going to be.
That's how they'll get around, because it wasn't that Miyagi-Do had to leave; it's just Daniel couldn't teach. Right. So Chosen will teach, and I've got. I'm so excited.
Yeah,
dude.
Rewind a little bit. Can we
let's get back.
Kind of rewind a little bit. Let's talk about the season again. So I did like the character development they did with Tori, because it started.
So good.
That she was just a fucking ruthless cunt.
And I think she was lacking story development a lot in the first story.
Very much.
She was just like, oh, I'm angry at the world, and now we're like,
now we know why.
Her mom's about to die. She's trying to get custody of her brother. I'm assuming that's who he's talking about, from this aunt that probably is a druggie and spends all the money and all that bullshit. And it was nice when I talk about the different dynamics from people we really weren't thinking were going to get along. Was Mrs. LaRusso.
So awesome.
Because it started out like Mrs. LaRusso was like, you broke into my fucking house. I should have called the cops on you. You should be in fucking jail. And now they're like, she's trying to help her. Like, hey, listen, I understand you fucked up and you're trying to rebuild your life. Just do this for me. And then you can see at the last episode, she's like, hey, I talked to Miss whatever the fuck. She says you've been keeping up with your appointments. Thank you. I appreciate that. And you could see that there was a little bit of, hey, we understand.
You could also see it in Tori at the end of the fight with Samantha. She wanted to check on her.
She's like, are you all right?
So here's
she's like, oh no, it's an accident.
Here's my thing for Tori in season 5. I think her and Samantha are going to team up, because Cobra Kai has what's her name? Piper. You know who else they're going to get? Johnny's gone, so there's no Eagle Fang. Yeah. They're going to get Devin. Yeah. That bitch that joined Eagle Fang, who said she learned from her mistakes and she won't do it again. So she's not going to want to stay there. She's going to join Cobra Kai. And those two are going to be the two big bads for the girls. Tori and Samantha will be, dude.
That'll be good.
I've been waiting for those two to team up.
I want to see how it happens though, because there is a lot of salt in between them.
So here's the thing. I feel Tori's a lot like Johnny. And Samantha's a lot like her dad in the way that Samantha just doesn't want to see the good in somebody, which Daniel doesn't. He could portray being the good guy, but he just will not listen to Johnny and try to think.
But he did. He did actually start to do that in the very end of that season.
But it took a long time.
It took his daughter basically to wake him up.
Yeah,
daughter and Eli /Hawk.
So I can't wait to talk about him too.
Yeah,
that was some development.
He's my favorite character, honestly.
Yep.
Hawkins / Eli.
Funny that's his favorite character when he's the one that's dating Peyton List, but that's a whole nother.
Is he actually?
Not why.
Yeah.
That's not why I like.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
They made it officially like public.
Yeah.
I guess you can
Hey,
say.
can we just say right now, Peyton List is a fucking smoke show.
Yeah, she is gorgeous, and she plays that character so well.
Yeah.
I think something has to happen. Something has to happen between, not bad, but something has to happen between Tori and Mrs. LaRusso, like being together, maybe Cobra Kai doing something to the two of them for Sam to be like, you know what, we got to put things aside. You know, now my mom's involved, this, that, and the other.
Yeah.
Right.
I think it's gonna end up like Cobra Kai tries to do like. I think Cobra Kai is gonna see Tori with Mrs. LaRusso, and then try to act on it. And then it's going to end up hurting physically. Like Mrs. LaRusso, I think is going to get hurt in some way. And then I think Sam's going to be like, and Tori, I think Tori will reach out to Sam and kind of, it could go either way in that situation. And they'll be like this has gone, this has crossed the line. Like, let's bury the hatchet and let's team up kind of thing.
The first thing that I think Tori will reach out to Sam about is Silver rigging the results. Because shit, she doesn't want to win that way.
Right.
So
she promised Mrs. LaRusso to play by the rules.
Right.
And she did.
And that's why she was like, oh shit, I didn't mean to hit you with my elbow. Like,
right.
Hey, are you all right? I didn't want to check on you. Like, she actually started to be like, hey, maybe this isn't all it's cracked up to be with Cobra Kai. Because maybe there's a little bit ulterior motives. And then the fact that Silver was rigging the entire thing, that's what's going to be her motivation to leave. And I don't know if she joins Miyagi-Do and that's how the team up starts or what. But, like, I think eventually she'll end up being a part of Miyagi-Do.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. I think, too.
Sure.
I think she'll confront Terry about cheating.
I think so.
And
she's not one to back down.
Right. And I think he's going to try to put her in her place and her not at all stand for it.
Yeah.
And then she's going to be like, all right, I'm going to go here and you're going to regret it kind of thing.
Sounds like a plan. So let's talk honestly, like we were kind of getting into it a little bit with Hawk, / Eli, you know?
And new fucking champion, dude.
Dude, he is the champion now of the
Yeah. I honestly, from the whole thing, I wanted him to win. From the beginning of the season, I'm like, I want it to be Hawk / Eli.
Yeah, and when they cut his mohawk off, dude, I was like,
bro,
I was ready to fight for him. Like, literally.
Like, he started getting depressed. He's like, I lost all my confidence, man. And then Moon comes back up to him and is like, hey.
I love
that. Gives him the old tongue down the throat. And it's like, all right, yeah, he's back. And he's like, I'm doing this whole
when you see him
thing.
pop up.
When he hopped up, yeah, dude.
Yes. I'm like, there he is.
It's like, I'm going to win. He's like, I know who I am now. Who are you? The guy who's going to win this whole fucking thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
So did you notice that
went from 0 to 100 real quick?
Did you notice that he beat Robbie? He beat Robbie with the same move that Johnny pulled on Daniel. That leg scissor with a kick to the stomach.
Oh, I didn't know.
Johnny did that to Daniel. So yeah, it was a cool little nod to that because Daniel said, "I was like, yeah, he knows more Miyagi-Do, but you know more Cobra Kai." So
I'm excited. Like, if y'all want to transition a little bit into a little more character development / season 5, to see our little new hero and villain with Payne and Little LaRusso. I don't know his actual name. Anthony. I just call him Lil LaRusso. But yeah, Anthony. Huh? Yeah.
Yeah.
That is going to be very interesting.
And you could tell that Robbie was like, hey, I'm trying to do right by this kid, and this kid has like just completely gone the wrong way.
Yeah, and that's what drove him back to Dad.
Yeah.
And what will drive him back to Miyagi-Do.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
I think the partnership is going to be Eagle Fang becomes part of Miyagi-Do at some point, and because they started to learn how to work together, like Johnny and Daniel did.
And they both started understanding it's not their way or the highway.
It's, hey, and even Daniel's like, shit, the most important lesson he taught me was you need to have your own style.
Right.
You know? I mean, And he's like, I completely forgot about that. I've been making it all about it has to be Miyagi-Do or it can't be Eagle Fang. Like I've been making it about that when I should be making it about how does the fighter want to choose their style.
Yep.
You know?
I think Anthony finally takes the chance and really takes Miyagi-Do seriously. And I think that's going to be that's going to be a huge part of the story. The dude, fucking talk about a glow up. Like he was a short, little, chubby kid, and then like a season later, I'm like, I was like, who's
when
this
I first saw him, I go, oh, puberty hit.
Yeah, right.
And even Johnny's like, you're the son.
Yeah, dude, I got my phone. I was like, did they recast him? Like, hold up. But the kid that plays what's his name against the kid that plays
Payne's brother.
Dude, he can act his ass off. That little dude.
Yes.
He was a great character.
Yes.
Yeah.
Lapusso.
Lapusso, yeah. I mean,
but I love how they almost kind of there's a lot of foreshadowing in there with that like kind of young character development. But I love how it kind of started out, like the new kid getting bullied to now like absolute villain.
Yep. And he's smaller than him too. He's like, hey, I'll fuck you up, dude.
Yeah.
So here's the thing that I'm wondering with the whole thing. So if they do what I'm thinking, if Robbie goes with his dad to Mexico, looks for Miguel, you're gonna have great alternate scenes there of like Miguel and Robbie fighting something, probably together. So when it comes down to Cobra Kai versus Miyagi-Do, Cobra Kai has Kyler. They're probably going to end up getting both Payne brothers. I think the older one will come out and join. Yep. That's 3 good fighters.
Wait.
Miyagi-Do has
Kyler.
Yeah,
I'm like, yeah.
The Asian
guy,
yeah.
The smug Asian prick. Yeah.
Miyagi-Do has Hawk.
Yeah, and hopefully Dimitri will continue.
Well, Dimitri's pretty dope. Like,
Dimitri's fucking it up.
The skills challenge with that was pretty cool.
He even made it really far against Robbie too. He's like scored a point or two on him.
Yep.
Yeah, I think it came down to 2-2. I think.
So that's why it's like, who are they going to bring in to help? Like,
somebody's new has to show up.
Well, it's either that or is Anthony going to become that good that he could take on Little Payne?
Right. But the problem is though, like, I think the biggest thing comes up to how much Dimitri develops versus Kyler. And everybody, like,
I think Dimitri could take Kyler.
Yeah,
with more development, and then that'll leave Hawk against the older Payne.
Yeah.
So
see, I don't know if the older Payne's going to join though.
I think he will, no doubt, because he's going to see what it did for his brother, and he's going to know that Robbie was there, and he's like, all right, I'm in.
But even still, Robbie's probably not going to come back.
Well, no, Robbie will be, Robbie will either be in Mexico or he'll be the one teaming with Hawk.
You want to know what my prediction is for Mexico?
Go ahead.
I think they're gonna find Miguel's dad. Miguel's dad's gonna have another son
or daughter,
possibly.
or daughter, either way. But that's gonna be like kind of the feud that happens down in Mexico. Is gonna be like the battle of the half brothers or half brother sister.
Oh, damn well Johnny's going to fight his dad.
Oh, easy. Yeah. No doubt.
Hey, I've been fucking your woman.
Yeah, right. Can we talk real quick about how I'm a grown-ass man, and I almost cried when Johnny was laying down in bed, and he said his son's name instead of Miguel's, and Miguel started crying.
Oh,
bro, my heart broke.
Yes.
Zolo can act his ass off, dude.
I love him so much.
That was brutal.
But like you see, like even in his like whole mood, the happy tears immediately turn into just heartbroken tears.
Yep.
That's what, like how you were just saying, he's such a good actor that you can see it. Like just in his face and everything.
So you're talking about the scene where Miguel comes in and Johnny's drunk as shit, right?
Yeah, and he puts him to bed, and he says, I messed up. I love you. And then he says, Robbie.
He's like, I'm just trying to be a good dad. Yeah. I love you, Robbie.
Well, so part of me is like, okay, I understand, but like, he's drunk as shit. Like, I understand why they.
Yeah, but it's a teenager, bro. As a teenager.
But even still, it's not like he abandoned him completely.
Well, no, but
that's still a heartbreak.
It is. I get it, but like, I don't know. It didn't resonate with me as much as it did with you guys. But
for sure,
that's stuck. was like a knife to the heart.
Yeah, I felt so bad.
Especially too, because you know how much Miguel looks up to Johnny like a father figure.
Saved his life.
Basically. Yeah, literally.
You know?
And even like from point A where he saved his life to point like of the recovery from his injury. Johnny was there through all. Johnny's the reason he recovered as well as he did because he pushed him. So you know he looks at him like a father figure.
Oh yeah.
Yep. I don't know. I mean, I'm very excited to see where the season goes next. I am, especially next season. Like, I want to see what the dynamic with Chosen and Daniel is, and I want to see what was the female love interest in that movie's name. He went back to Japan to see her.
Oh, there was. Oh, that was back then. Oh, I forgot her name. But she was in season 3.
Yeah, no, she was in season 3. I think she's going to make a reappearance in season 5 because Chosen's back. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's. I don't know if she needs to. You know who I think might show up in season 5, or at least teased for season 6, and that's Julie Pierce. She was in the movie The Next Karate Kid and was trained by Miyagi.
Yep.
And it was kind of a throwaway movie, but they could bring her in to mentor Tori.
Yes.
Maybe, yeah.
And
kind of her and Mrs. LaRusso kind of combining together on Tori.
Yep. I think that would be really cool. One of the other things I think you might see in season 5, I think you might see a death, and I think it's either going to be Kreese or Chosen. One of those two.
Yeah, I could see it.
I guess I could see it either be Chosen, or I could see it being Kreese defending somebody like Tori or Johnny. Like, I could see that.
I could honestly see
wrapping up
Terry killing him.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah, yeah. If that's the case, yeah.
And it's going to be that kind of like Terry's going to see it as like, oh, I'm finally getting out of your shadow. Like, you can't hold the saving my life in Vietnam on me.
Right.
But he's going to take it way too far and end up killing him, I think.
Yeah.
Even if he doesn't mean to.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's how they're going to eventually remove Terry from the storyline.
Mm-hmm.
Partially, not fully, but partially.
He needs to be in for at least 2 more seasons after 5.
Yeah.
So
dude, Terry's going to be in here for a minute. Trust me. I don't think he's going anywhere soon.
Mike Barnes is going to literally scare Daniel.
Yeah.
Like Terry made Daniel mad. Mike Barnes will scare him. And Chosen will probably have to step in.
And I think, we're going to see a change in Daniel to where Chosen literally has to fully take over, I feel like.
Yep.
Daniel's like, I can't do this anymore. Or like, I can't do any karate or anything like that. Yeah.
So
basically, I mean, Miyagi, like, let's talk about that. Like, Miyagi was basically his dad, you know, because like his dad wasn't around. Like, so the fact that if something Mike Barnes does to like scare him that badly away from karate, away from the teachings of basically the father figure that he had in his life, that's going to be a lot. So that's a hard thing to accomplish. But I think they might be able to do it. I don't know. It's going to be tough if they do, though.
Oh, yeah.
One of the other things that crossed my mind just recently was they've been hinting at like Tori's dad for seasons now. Mm-hmm. A lot of people online were saying it could be Mike Barnes. I don't think it is. But like even with this past season, there was the aunt that said you have a short temper like your dad. And this, you know who I think it might be?
Oh,
Dutch from Karate Kid 1. The blonde-haired, curly dude that was always angry. He was Johnny's friend. He didn't make it in there. He didn't come back because he was in jail.
Oh, maybe.
I never thought about that.
That's who I think it could be.
Maybe.
I could explain so much about how Tori is.
Yeah, that's very
true. We need to just have like a fucking like you need to get down here. We need to have like a little movie night and just watch all the fucking Karate Kid movies.
I'm in. Not the one with Jaden Smith though.
I like the one with Jaden Smith.
It's not part of the universe.
It's not, but I'll watch it separately.
What if they brought him in?
They won't.
I know.
Ralph Macchio flat out said,
"You bring him in, I'm out."
Yeah.
They fucking took a jab at it too with the scene with Stingray. They're like, "You're doing all that kung fu," and he's like, "It's not kung fu." Like, so they took a jab.
I want to see them. I want to see him just have a cameo.
Right.
Like just a little like in a supermarket somewhere and you just see him and that's it.
You know who might have a cameo?
He's like a grocery store clerk and he's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. Like I didn't mean to hit you."
Just some
You know
like a Stan Lee and Marvel kind of cameo.
Yeah.
You know who might have a cameo in season 5 because he's apparently like a super fan of this show? Andrew Garfield.
Really?
Really?
Yeah, he's a super fan to the point where E.T. got all the actors like Hawk and Samantha and all them to like put a little video saying, "Hey, how are you?" And they showed him, and he was like almost in tears. He was like, "This is so cool."
That's awesome.
Yeah. So they said that if he wants, he open door. So that'd be cool to see him in there. Just that's like a quick.
Go ahead.
I have one Andrew Garfield thing that's 100% off topic, but we won't tangent on it too much. In the Spider-Man movie, where he looks at the other two Spider-Men and says, "I love you." That was completely improvised.
I heard
that was an improv.
And I'm so mad they didn't say it back.
Well, they didn't know what to say.
They're like,
that wasn't Peter Parker. That was Andrew Garfield saying that to his Spider-Man idol and Tom Holland.
Right.
Yeah. We'll talk about that like for a brief second because we did it in the last episode. You weren't here, but
I watched.
I know you watched it. I know you did see it. Like, you just weren't in the episode. But very quickly, and I mean, like, very quickly, Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire, I'm pretty sure it was just those two. I don't know if Tom Holland was involved. Both of them just went in, like, street clothes to the fucking premiere and, like, just randomly went in. And I'm like, that's kind of funny. Like,
that's really funny.
Like, and nobody kind of noticed until, like, one of them turned around and was like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know what's one of my favorite things? When Tobey Maguire is mixed with paparazzi out in public.
Oh,
he was so mad. He gets so mad.
Well, or even like the one where the paparazzi got hit by the car and he laughed in his face.
Yep.
Yeah, dude.
I'm like, that is savage.
There's a reason he's called Bully Maguire.
Yeah.
Like, Bully Maguire is a legit thing. It's not like, oh, that's kind of funny, huh? No, he's an asshole in public.
Yeah.
Yep. I mean, I could go on forever about Cobra Kai and what we expect coming on. But I mean, when season 5 starts getting closer, we'll just dig into it again. What we think's coming on. Yep. I mean, there's still more season 4 that we could cover. Plenty of things that happened.
Oh yeah.
But
Peyton List is still the hottest character on the show.
Yeah, I mean, there's something about Samantha Russo too. Mary Mauser, she's cute.
She's cute, but she's not like, oh my god.
Right.
And then
Mrs. LaRusso's hot as fuck.
Mrs. LaRusso, I'd let her bounce on my hand after the cut.
Yep. So
and sponsorships. Just
Klimp, before you wrap it up for us, dude, I do want to hear a little bit about your weekend you had.
Oh yeah. I was waiting on Damon to like say something there. I'm not gonna lie.
No, I'm interested in your weekend too. You haven't said
okay. Well, I'm talking about like the whole like actual thing. All right, anyways, so we went to Atlanta. We stayed with my uncles that live just outside of it downtown because one, hotel rooms in Atlanta are insane. And we got to visit with family because Lori got to meet my family and everything. Not everybody. She still got some people over in Georgia she's got to meet just because we ran out of time when we first got to Atlanta. Anyways, so went to the aquarium in Georgia. As awesome as always. I love the Georgia Aquarium. Definitely want to go like to the zoo and everything now because that's where my uncles live right by it. But anyways, the main reason for going to Atlanta was Passion 2022, the big Christian conference in Atlanta every year. That's what I was waiting on Damon to do.
Yeah.
Don't have to like it, but I ask that you respect it. Which I know you do.
No, I'm just being a dickhead.
I know. But it was awesome. It was about 65,000 people ranging from 42 different countries.
That's pretty good, actually.
COVID Central in Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
Yeah.
Me and Lori both got sick from it, but neither of us had COVID. And what a lot of people got sick from, night one, getting out at like between midnight and 1 a.m., pouring down rain. And like 30 degrees.
Yeah. Not pneumonia, but like the cold or whatever.
Yeah, everybody got like the cough, the sniffles, all that. Yeah. And then the next morning, freezing cold, snowed.
Oh, nice.
And people that got that a lot of people, me and Lori didn't.
Who's Tori? We might have to ask some pretty good questions here.
It's because we were just talking about Cobra Kai.
I know. I'm just making a joke.
But me and Lori didn't get it. We didn't get there and like wait outside the gate forever. But the people that did had to stand there in the snow. So a lot of people got sick from that. But so that's what most people got sick. But anyways, awesome. You get Maverick City was there. And Passion has their own worship team. KB, for anyone that listens to Christian rap. He's actually a good Christian rapper. A lot of them out there are not. He is.
I know none of these people, so I'm just like,
well, you don't listen to worship music.
I'll
but anyways,
that later.
One of the coolest things. So like conferences like this always have like a big thing they sponsor. Mm-hmm. And so what this one sponsored, at least this year, was the writing of scripture in languages it's never been written in.
That's cool.
The what?
Writing the Bible in languages it's never been written in.
Oh, writing. I thought you said rioting. Like
no.
Rioting in the streets. I was like,
no. So like for example, Kenyan. It has never been written in Kenyan.
Oh, okay.
And so
like they're trying to translate it into different languages then.
Right, to reach the people that have never had the opportunity to hear, the word of God. And so one of the things that was coolest was we actually watched a verse be written for the first time ever in history in Kenyan.
That's cool.
On this giant banner. They actually brought out the guy, I don't remember where he's from, but that leads the whole organization, and he wrote it out in Kenyan, super big letters. If you want, I can send you the picture I took if you want to post it.
Yeah.
But it was awesome.
Yeah.
And the best part was, so my church here in Auburn is a gigantic church. So we had our own section in the seats. Normally it's a general mission. You walk in, you grab a seat, sit down. Minus certain sections floor, ground level at the stage is different, reserved. But my church, I didn't know this until I got there, got the executive suites with our own private, they didn't have the actual restaurant open, but they had the seating in there, and the concessions were open so you can go grab food, come sit in a private seating, because you had wristbands so no one can get in there but your group. It was the comfortable cushion chairs, and it made it a lot nicer.
Did you know what made that that seat at a Falcons game would be?
Oh, I don't even want to know. No. I'd probably cry at the price.
Mm.
But yeah, it was definitely.
You had some big speakers too, didn't you?
Oh yeah, I can pull up the list real quick. There was a lot of speakers. Sadie Robinson was one of them. Tim Tebow, he was actually really cool. I've never seen Tim Tebow speak in person. I've only seen videos.
Yeah, dude, it's awesome.
So it was awesome. So some of the other let's see. No, that's a singer. David Platt. Let's see. Christine Kane's a real big one. Jackie Hill Perry, Ben Stewart, Jenny Allen, of course Tim Tebow, and Levi Lusco, Sadie Robertson Huff, and then of course the people that run the whole thing, Louie and Shelly Giglio.
Okay.
But it kind of stunk. So Sadie was in Atlanta. She said it during her sermon, but the speculation is that she had COVID because hers was pre-recorded and on the big jumbotron and on the big screen behind the stage. Mm-hmm. And they kept kind of dodging or going around the bush on why she wasn't there. Nobody would give an official
straight answer.
Yeah. So we're just kind of she probably ended up getting COVID while she was in Atlanta or maybe before and didn't realize so she got to Atlanta.
Yeah. I mean, what are you going to do?
And then there was actually one of them, Jackie Hill Perry. Literally the day that she said her sermon, so hers was also pre-recorded, and the reason she pre-recorded is because she was pregnant and about to pop.
Oh.
The day that her pre-recorded video played, she gave birth.
That's awesome.
So if she if she decided to physically be there,
y'all would have saw some kind of miracle.
Yeah.
Yep.
The miracle of childbirth.
And one thing that's kind of crazy, and you can anybody can think of it how they choose. But when David Platt was preaching, there was pouring down rain. Distracting almost. It was so loud. And at one point, he was just praying, we pray this rain will stop and distraction will, kind of not be distraction. Quiet.
Yep.
Think of it how you will. But it was just kind of cool in the moment to kind of think, but dang, that's cool.
That's awesome. That's really cool.
So I know, obviously, and for those who don't know, I am not a religious person. I'm not it's weird. I don't disregard anybody's religion. I don't say, oh, this is wrong, this is right. You know what I mean?
You're still respectful about it.
I'm very respectful. I'm more of the agnostic. I'm not, but I kind of lean more atheist with a lot of things. And Klimp knows I make jokes. I've known him for fucking 9 years. Rick, I can't remember. Correct me if I'm wrong. Are you a religious person?
Ish. So,
okay.
Yeah. I was pretty hard into it when I was a teenager. I did a lot of the teen groups and everything, and small groups and stuff like that. Went on trips, do stuff like that. Around the 20s, I fell out like extremely hard. Got very angry at just the thought of him being real, and putting me through what he put me through with certain things.
Right. And
it took, what was it, like 2-3 years ago, one Christmas, asking my daughter what she wanted, and her answer was, I want you to go to church with me. I'm like, once? She's like, no, I want you to go to church. And I was like, all right. So I started going to the church that her and my mom go to, and it was one of those things where I told my mom, I was like, look, I'm just gonna sit in the back. I'll be there. I just don't want to, like, I don't want it to be made a big deal out of. And it's just one of those things where people at that church specifically, they don't give you the chance to not be a part of it. Like, they're just like, hey, it's good to see you. How are you? This, that, and the other. And it's like, yeah, it's good to see you too. And then you just start getting to know more and more people. And eventually we ended up switching pastors. Our other one retired, and our new pastor, he's a younger dude, like 40s. He went through a lot in his life. Like, he was an addict and all this stuff. Turned his life around, became a pastor, and he's very aggressive, but he's awesome. Like, he during like the Christmas Eve service, it was one of those services where he was talking, and I was just like really into it. And out of nowhere, he just started getting like that deep voice, and he's like, "Judgment is coming," and he said it, and I'm like, what did I do?
Like right now?
Like, you talking to me like right now? I felt attacked, but he's really good, and the church in general is really good. I don't get to go as much as I want to because of work, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so my religion, or my experience with going and being a religious person, like, my parents just aren't, and nobody in my family really is that much. Like, even on my mom's side of my family, like, there are definitely some people, like my aunt, who is came from a very religious upbringing. I don't know, I never found the appeal like that some do. And obviously, like, you have an experience where you were drawn back into it. Klimp, you've been a person or a man of God your entire life. That's totally fine. I definitely respect that. However, I think gospel music is stupid, but that's my own opinion. I'm just kind of half-ass kidding, but like, I just don't get the satisfaction of listening to gospel music. I just go, I don't know. It's just not my thing. Even if I was a religious person, I don't think I'd like it that much. Like, the Christian rap and stuff like that. Like, I just.
And one thing I've learned, because I used to, like, of course, I've been a man of faith my entire life, but I've never really been into gospel music and worship music and anything like that until more recently, like maybe within the past couple years, and then a little more recently now after Passion, was like, when you are religious, you don't listen to the music for the music. You listen to the music for him and praise it for him. And it's just a different kind of connection and meaning behind it.
All right.
That makes it, something what it really is.
Yeah, I mean, and I've definitely, I've been in experiences like whenever we go to a family friend's house and they're religious people and they want to pray before dinner, like, obviously I respect it and I do it with them. Just not personally my thing. I don't discount it, and it could be a possibility, but it's just as likely there's just as likely a possibility that, in my opinion, that there isn't. It's a weird thing for me. Like, it's a weird topic that I don't get into a whole lot, only because it's hard to explain where I'm at,
Yeah, I get that.
And not to say that I never will be, or that I will be. I mean, I don't know where my life's going to take me. Maybe I become this uber religious guy later in my 30s. Who knows? I don't.
Right, and it could be too.
I'm open to the idea. That's
right.
To keep an open mind. That's the biggest thing that I've always been taught, was keep an open mind about anything. It doesn't matter if it's religion. It doesn't matter if it's a video game. Whatever. It's just keep an open mind about anything and everything, and taking information to make an educated decision. And like I said, we'll see where that takes me in life.
All right, and it could be one of those things too, like you haven't had, I guess you can say, the direct exposure in a lot of cases of like, going to a church or like going to a small group, and like, of course, that's all your personal decisions to make.
Right.
But like that, like I feel like would in either direction help you make a decision.
I feel like I've actually read the Bible before. I mean, I have read it. It's just, it seemed a little, without going into too much detail, because I think we're getting down a rabbit hole that could lead to a bigger conversation that we probably just don't have time for. My problems that I have with religion is how people nowadays are using it as an excuse to, do hurtful and hateful things. Like, there are people in this world that say, oh, hey, gay couples shouldn't be together because of what the Bible says. And I'm like, I don't like, because of what the Bible says? Yeah, that's your only reason? Cool. No, just say you're fucking homophobic. Like, that's the part of me that I get upset with, people that try to use that as a, and it's, I say that, they try to use that as their only reason for why they are the way they are, I mean, and like why they think a certain way. Whereas I'm a guy that's always been taught, hey, you can think a certain way, but make sure that you have multiple different sources, or, or listen or hear out people's viewpoints. And that, where we're at right now in society, is not that at all.
Yeah.
People don't even want to fucking hear each other anymore. And it's so fucking annoying and aggravating when you're trying to have a conversation with someone and they're not listening. So I don't even have those conversations anymore.
Yeah.
Right. And that's
which
one
sucks,
thing,
because I like having those conversations.
Right. And that's one thing for me personally, like when I moved to Auburn and tried to find a church, one thing that made me love my church is it's not just a church, it's a community. No matter who you are, what your background is, if you go to that church, you're in that community.
Okay. And
that's one thing I love about it, is it's not like, oh, you're gay, or, you're this, you're that, whatever it may be. You go to ACC, and you're a part of the family.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's just like one thing what I love about mine.
Yeah.
I have a work friend of mine who it happens to be, she happens to be lesbian, and she prays, she's Christian, and that's the problem, that, people that are using it as an excuse to spew hate into the world. I'm like, that's not what I've read the damn thing. That's not what it says. And you're just using it to, as an emphasis point for you being hateful, and that's the part that that just kind of disillusions me away from religion as a whole at the moment, and again, like I said, I'm keeping an open mind. I will see where that path takes me in life. I could be the exact same. Hell, I don't know anymore, but we'll see, and without getting too philosophical or too deep into it, that's kind of where I'm at right now, and see how life takes it.
A couple of things that got to me, that really got me back into it, was just things like my buddy has said to me, and things that, like, even I've read, like even the Pope himself saying that, like, because you have people that complain, it's like, if there's a God, why is this happening? Why is that happening? And the Pope's like, he's God. He's not a magician. He doesn't have magic powers. You know what I mean? And there's things for me that when I was in my bad place that I would question. And it was my buddy Paulie that, like, really helped me out with it. And I'm like, it's like, if there's a God, why am I going through this? Like, why is he not helping me? Why is he not looking for me? And he just flat out said, have you showed your faith to him? Like, why should I? Like, why can't he show himself to me? And I'll say, hey, okay, you're it. You're the one. You showed it to me. He's like, why would he show himself to somebody that doesn't have faith? And it really got me thinking. And, there's I don't remember it exactly right now. I'm not as good as some people, but there's a chapter or a verse in Ephesians that basically says, he showed himself to those, with faith. And it's just, that really stuck with me for a while. And it just, so, like, am I the best? No, I'm a sinner, just like every single person in the world. It's that simple. Do I fear God? I do. Like, I mean, of course I do. Do I ask for his guidance? Yes. And I was one that also questioned prayer for the longest time. I'm like, well, this is all part of God's picture. Why are we praying for change? And like, that's not it. You don't pray for change. You pray for help. You pray for it to, make it smooth and make it easier. And, you can't pray for to be like, please save this person's life. I don't want them to die. That's selfishness, Instead, just pray, hey, I don't want them to be in pain anymore. Look over them in any way that you can. If that means they have to die, they have to die. But like things like that. And it just, I don't know. I wish I was more into it.
That's one thing. I've gotten a lot more into it. And like, there's a lot of things that I'm not at all like a top tier Christian. I would never ever say that. Even if I felt like I was, I still wouldn't think it. But like there's a lot of things, kind of what you were saying, Rick, where like a lot of things that like we don't understand. Like death being one of them. We don't understand the timing. We don't understand why. And there's like a lot of stuff like that of just like, maybe one day we will. Maybe we won't. That's not up to us. That's up, to the big man upstairs.
Yeah.
I think that there's a healthy balance that, I don't know if I necessarily, if I were to say, hey, I believe in God, if I were to necessarily fear him as a whole, I do, as it sits right now, I fear what happens, with death. Like, death scares me. And honestly, any real person, it should, unless it's coming, it should scare you. And I think that's, what happens after death. Nobody knows, like for certain, nobody knows.
Right.
So, my talking point has always been, well, what if I'm wrong? What if I don't think, or what if there's nothing beyond death? Or what if there's, what if the Hindu religion got it right? Or what if so-and-so got it right? Like, fuck, what if the Scientologist got it right? Like, there's a lot of questions that can be answered. I don't even know if they can be answered, but they can definitely be asked.
Right.
On my end, which, I'm like, what the fuck,
Yeah, that's just one of the things. And I think even, like, people that are of faith will still question the same thing. And I think, a lot of people have or will in their faith if they haven't. And I think when it comes to that, you just have to be full-heartedly faithful, and I guess you can even say hopeful.
Yeah.
And that's as really as far as you can go, is you just have to have faith in whatever you believe in.
Yeah. Which, like I said, and I think it kind of, I don't know, I don't want to keep talking about it all day, because it's definitely, like I said, it draws a deep conversation. What is religion? Why should I believe it? Or what is the logical fallacies? Like, there's a lot of questions you could ask about, hey, what is Christianity? What is Catholicism? And I took a world religions class this past, semester or whatever. So I kind of got like a basic knowledge of kind of everything. And I mean, like, you talk about a book that's this big, I'm talking like that much of it. You know what I mean? It definitely provoked me to start asking more questions, just because I'm like, I'm curious. I want to learn more about stuff like this. And that's part of me that I've always, kind of trusted that, hey, if I learn about it, maybe I'll like it. Maybe I don't. Right. But either way, a decision will be made if I learn more about the stuff. So that's, I'm never.
You got two sources on this podcast with you right now,
and that's part of the reason I wanted to have the conversation with you guys when you guys were talking about your weekend, and like when you were you're like, I'm kind of waiting for Damon to say something. I'm like, yeah, but and again, I joke a lot.
Oh yeah, I know. I knew if you did, it would have been jokingly. I know you respect it no matter what.
Exactly, and I respect anybody's right to believe whatever they want to believe. Doesn't mean I have to agree with it.
I believe in a few months you're going to be bald, so.
I believe in a few months I'm going to be shaving that beard, boy.
I know one thing.
You can't go with our alternative name of the podcast if you also don't have a beard.
I know, right? It's not going to take long to grow back. I do know one thing, though, that I want to make sure that we get out there. Damon, you're not religious, but I know you can join me in talking to God and saying, you took Betty White. You took Bob
What
Saget.
the fuck, man?
Leave Sam Elliott alone.
Do not
touch him. Leave William Daniels alone, Mr. Feeney from Boy Meets World.
Morgan Freeman.
Leave Morgan Freeman alone.
Leave it alone. You already took Sidney Poitier.
I do
Willem
think
Dafoe.
Willem Dafoe. Yeah,
Leave him alone?
you're done. You're done. Go over and take Kim Jong-un.
I love
Jong-un.
watching the like TikToks and stuff of like the mix up in heaven. Like it was supposed to be the Queen of
They're really
England, and then it ended up being the Betty White. But the part that saddens me the most is she was so close to triple digits.
Yeah.
Well, okay, let's be real. Like, if we want to do the math for how long she lived and how many leap years she had, she made it past.
Yeah.
And technicality,
so
yes.
She's 100. She's 100 in my book. All right.
She's 100 in our hearts.
In our hearts, exactly.
God. We knew it was coming, but like it rocked me.
Come on.
It still hurts.
So you took John Madden.
Yeah, that's who.
John Madden.
Sidney Poitier. Like it's just too many. Like in a few months. So.
Like,
Are we gonna talk about Bob?
Well, yeah, I mean Bob Saget. I'll tell you what. With the funny thing, I guess not funny, but the thing with Bob Saget was that was probably the last person on my mind to expect to just die. He was what, 65? Like
something like that. He's in his 60s, yeah.
20 some years like not even 20 years away from me. Like, are you kidding?
Yeah.
And so far no foul play. Like,
yeah, it's a very confusing situation.
We were kind of half talking about it at work the other day. We were like, they're doing a toxicology screen, and that's not going to be available for like a month or two.
Yep.
So,
but just on first initials, no foul play.
I don't know. It's based on like everything I've read. It kind of seemed like he had a stroke of some kind, and it just killed him. Because apparently there was a 911 call that I think he called him, or someone very close to him did, and they think he might have had a stroke.
Gotcha.
So, I don't know. It's very rough that everybody's dying.
Well, we'll end it on a dark note. No.
Yeah.
But to lighten it up a little bit, to lighten it up a little bit, to all of you, there's not a lot of you, but all of you that watch this and like this, we do appreciate.
Thank you so much.
And every single one of you. Don't think you're not noticed, because you are. We love every single one of you and appreciate every view, every like. I mean, everything. Y'all ever want to see something in particular? Throw it in the comments.
Please,
know us personally or follow us on any social media. Message us. We'll look at it. It's not like we won't.
We will respond. There's 3 of us. You'll get a response.
Yeah.
You'll get a response from somebody. It might not be the response you like. Cough, cough, Dalton. Me.
Yeah.
I'm like, me. That's what I meant. But, you'll get a response either way. And like he said, there may not be a lot of you guys, but and we may just be, talking to each other on this thing, but we do appreciate people listening. I mean, we wouldn't have had the idea to do this had it not been for the we want to have people hear what we have to say. Even though some of what we have to say, cough, cough, what I say most of the time, is probably not things you needed to hear nor wanted to hear. So either way, though, you're listening. That's what we appreciate.
And
that's
we do
thing.
it.
As the famous Letterkenny quote is, that's what I appreciate about you.
That's what I appreciate.
We're still a young podcast. We're still trying to find our feet. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of things that we, as the 3 of us, have talked about. Like, let's cut this out more. Let's not do this as much. And we'll get there. We will definitely get there. And with more feedback from you guys, that could help too.
Yeah,
absolutely. It makes a difference. It's not like we just look at it, ignore. No, it makes a difference. And, we don't just do this for like anything besides having fun together and spreading happiness and fun and joy or laughter, whatever it may be.
I like to screw with Dalton Klimp in particular.
Very true.
It's easy.
Very easy target.
I am an easy target. But to wrap it up on that, thank you. We love you. Now go hit the bell.
Hit the fucking bell.